Alright, guys, welcome back to Dad's Little Warriors Dad Talk podcast. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully, you guys like what we've done so far. Just remember, always go check out our website at dadslittlewarriors.com. That's where you can find all of our dad support apparel, and that's what's supporting me and my family right now. So on to the next episode, man. I feel real good about this. I feel like I'm getting some stuff off my chest. I think it's stuff that people can relate to. I think our next topic, I've been kind of coming up with stuff and writing it down. My wife's been kind of putting some bugs in my ear on some stuff I should talk about. Unfortunately, right now I'm kind of on a fine line. I got to be careful what I talk about, so I try to keep it pretty broad, and instead of all the time just focused on me and my family and what we've gone through. But man, the stuff that we've went through, I feel like a lot of people can relate. Maybe not directly or exactly the same situation, but there's different levels of situations. There's light daily stuff all the way to life changing stuff, and we've kind of been through it all. So that's why I feel good about talking to you guys and making this kind of a new normal. I think today we're going to talk about, which is a real big topic and real broad, and this is not going to be a one-part episode, but this will be the first part. Is trauma. I never really realized that trauma was such a big thing. I kind of always thought of it as more of you think trauma, you think military, PTSD, anxiety, stuff like that. And then of course comes, the depression and all that stuff. Which is something we've went through this year. We went through pretty much all of that. I didn't really think it was a thing. Not that I didn't believe in it. I just thought that, the way I was raised, it was kind of just get your shit together and figure it out and just keep on going. And that's always what I've done. It's helped me out, in business. You can't just sit there and cry about stuff, and nobody's going to make the change unless you make the change. But some things in life happen that you can't just look past. You can't get over. And we've been that, this year has been our big year for that. Shit just kind of comes back, man. You can just be sitting there one day and all of a sudden, bam, it hits you like a ton of bricks, and you're like, holy shit, man, what just happened, and why can't I just shake this? And you're not going to be able to shake it. Just like our last episode, I talked about, we had, I tried to reach out for therapy, and it just didn't work. Nobody's accepting new patients. But I have my people, you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. We had people that, when we were in the hospital and everything, once we finally got home and we started kind of talking a little bit, about what was going on and what happened. Not real specifics or anything like that on, in there, but just kind of what we were going through, me and Sam. And, we have some people that are like, you guys were going through it, man. Like, they always say, I can't imagine, being in your shoes or what you guys went through. And, they would say, like, stuff like, if you called me at 1 o'clock in the morning and just fucking laid into me and just screamed at me, they said they just take it and, say, hey, call me back tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what those real people are. Those are your real friends. Those are the people you need around you, the people you want around you to help you get through that trauma. Because that shit doesn't go away, in one day. We're really, some days are better than others, and it's okay to have a bad day. We have bad days, and we try to shake it off. We try to understand each other, and just know that it's okay to have a bad day. You can't really bottle that shit up and let it eat at you when you go through something very traumatic. It doesn't matter the significance of it. Or anything. I mean, trauma's trauma. It's a big deal. So you have some of those people that understand, then you have some that don't. People that don't, fuck it. It is what it is. Let them go. It's not worth your headache, your heartache, to hold on to people that won't help you heal from your trauma or bring back your trauma. Triggering's a big word for me and Sam these days. Uh, it's tough, you know. You go through this stuff, and there's certain things, and it doesn't even have to be directly related to something that you went through, and it just like, bam, that shit just hits you. You know what I mean? And it just immediately turns your mood. You know. I've been seeing a lot of stuff, you know, here lately about. And it's probably because I'm so into this now. And I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to make this normal for guys to talk about stuff. Whether it's, you know, to your significant other, your friends, if your family understands your family. But women just need to learn our... I can't say body language because Sam hits me for that shit all the time. And she'll be like, you're miserable. Like, you look miserable. I'm like, I'm just deep. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in my thoughts. I just can't get my shit together today. Blah, 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 whatever the case may be. So I don't even know if it's, you know, really body language. But if we're sitting there, man, and I've had these days. I've had these freaking days where, even before Lucy and the stuff we went through, I'd sit... Not even sit, I'd stand and lean over. I can picture myself doing it, and I know that's when it's bad. I would, you know, put my arms over top of the back of the chair at the kitchen table, and I just look out the fucking back window. You know, us guys have so much shit running through our heads all the time. We're trying to provide, we're trying to be the man, we're trying to protect, you know, and we're trying to be the best dad and husband we can be, you know, and it gets overwhelming a lot. Today's day and age, man, I wish we lived in a different time to where things weren't so complicated. You know, I feel like back in the day, it wasn't so complicated. We didn't have all these crazy things and feel like we need to be up to this certain par and do this shit. And you just kind of lived, I feel like. You know, I had a very good relationship with my grandparents. And I feel like it was just so much simpler back then. But, you know... We are where we are, you know, in today's day and age, and it's, I'm thankful in a point that we are, because then this becomes a thing. You know, we have the podcast, we have the social media. Social media is a double-edged sword. It can either put you down or bring you up, one of the two, and sometimes it can get pretty bad. But it helps me reach out to people like you guys. So, I feel like I might have did a little babbling on, but my big thing that I did want to talk about and what to take from this is, you know, just, you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know how they feel if you haven't been in their shoes. Put yourself in their shoes for a minute. Think about what you know about them. And if you don't know enough, it doesn't hurt to ask. Say, hey man, I feel like you're kind of deep in it. What's going on? You need to talk and open up, man. You know, let them go ahead and get their shit out, air it out, and then you might understand a little bit more. You know, never flip that script and never just be like, oh, he's being an asshole. He's not, you know, talking or, you know, being distant. There's a reason. There's a reason he's being distant. There's a reason he's not talking. Was it something that you did? You know, if it wasn't a traumatic event, it was just something that, you know, you stopped talking to somebody for a little while. This could go 8 million different ways, man. This is not going to be the last podcast talking about trauma and stuff like that, because it's important, it's big, and it can be helped to be avoided. Just be there for your people, man. But cool. Let's see how this thing goes. Appreciate you guys. Check out DadsLittleWarriors.com. Check out for all the apparel line. Everything is set up on the website, and, you know, check it out.